All right, let's do one last video. Okay, so let's get right into it. Okay, I wanted to talk about the adult world, adult terms, and the way that adults handle things. Now, first of all, I will say, children are children. And I've said this before, when children turn into adults, sometimes it's like whoever you saw that person as and this happens more than not, whoever you see somebody as a child and now you see them as an adult, sometimes it's just a totally complete difference. And it doesn't have to do with, anyways, and we know that I've talked about it in depth, but we'll continue with that. So I think in the child world, it's usually around, like, I'd say the ages of 16 to 18, which is considered your last two senior years. So your first 2 years are considered freshmen. I know they have other terms. I know those terms, but let's just say the first 2 years are freshmen and the other two are senior years. So in the first 2 years, it's like the kids have a rude awakening when they start. They get razzled and dazzled a bit by the seniors, because they're just new and coming in. It takes about a couple of years, and they try to learn and vibe off these older seniors. Now, these seniors, that's when they begin adult life. You know what I mean? You'll hear a lot of kids, it doesn't matter how rich they are, poor they are, it doesn't matter what the situation is. You'll have kids, 16 years old, 17 years old, and saying, let's go have a fight or something like this, or let's deal with this on this level and whatnot. And you'll always hear that in high school when kids go, dude, if you call the police or you went and told the principal, you are a fucking bitch. And that was always understood, that if you call the police because of an issue you had with somebody, like an issue that was like you guys were having some kind of beef or an issue, and you call the police or you tell the principal or something, you're automatically a bitch. And when everybody talks about you, even when you get older, everybody's gonna talk about how you were a bitch. Which is why I've never done that. Call the police or go to a principal or whatever. And I've never done that. I'd rather lose in the worst way as a kid, like 16, 17 years old. I'd rather lose in the worst way, be razzled and dazzled by magicians if I have to, or whatnot, than actually go to the police or a principal or report anything. I would rather just not report anything. Now, as an adult, and I've talked about being an adult, like genuinely an adult in the world, I understand those years, and I understand now. I mean, in the adult world, dude, it doesn't matter. You could be the biggest head of some, whatever you say, head of like the biggest universities, biggest whatever. And if you have a problem with another person in a similar world, or even in a totally different world, if you have a problem with somebody, it could turn fatal. You know what I mean? When you take it to an adult level, people, like, if you fuck somebody over for 100 grand, for example, there is a chance that they might kill you, depending on who they are. If you talk shit, if you go around a similar circle, or even if you just go around publicly or privately talking shit about a guy, next time he sees you, he might just punch you right in your face. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful when you do things like that. Now, what I find is, what I don't understand is, you see an adult, right? You see an adult, and you start talking dumb shit to me. Like, you're the bang, you're the boss. I'll call the cops right now on you. What are you gonna fucking do about it? I'll call cops on you right now. And the cops are gonna come and arrest you. You're gonna get fucked up. You know what I mean? You know when people throw that at you? Now, I'm not saying somebody says, oh, I'm gonna call my brother, I'm gonna call my cousin, I'm gonna call my buddies. Honestly, like, I mean, I'll be very honest with you, especially like after I robbed the bank. And no, you know what? Like the 6 months leading up to the bank, it was like people were getting shook by me when I wasn't even trying to shake people. When I wasn't even trying to shake anybody, people were getting shook. And then word was going around that I was like fucking very intimidating or heavy. You know what I mean? And then I robbed the bank, and then I got deeper and deeper into this world, to the point that I went back to my old areas and the malls and like all the main areas of the place. And I kid you not, there was not one person that could see me. There was nobody from the past who would try to approach me. People were so scared that I might recognize them, call them out, and punk them. You know what I mean? Might punk them really bad. Now, and that's true. And I mean, that went on for like a couple of years. Like I went around everywhere, sidewalks, around all the like main areas where there's like millions of people passing through. And you know what? Like nobody wanted to fuck with me, right? Now at this level, after these 3 years of fucking Asylum or whatever, I've actually become, you know, strong. And I wouldn't say stronger. I just become an adult. I've gone from the child world, you know, oh, I punk you, I win, I lose. I don't live in that I win, I lose world anymore. I don't give a shit about winning or losing or whatever. Not to say that I'm a loser, but I don't really care about this whole winning and losing shit. Now, in the adult world, I want adults to act like adults. That's all it is. Don't talk to me like I'm a kid, man. I'm more of a fucking man than you are. I'm more of an adult than you are out there. And you know what? And I live by one rule in my life, that everything is genuine. I live genuine 24/7. I don't fake shit. I don't like to pre-plan and fake shit. Even all my videos are just on the spot. So I live genuine 24/7. And if I'm something genuine, I know it. If I know what's going on in the world genuinely, I know it. I know I'm out of dead time. You know, prior to my dead time and that robbery, prior to all that happening, I had a very fun life. I've told you that leading up to that bank robbery, in 6 months, I did 3 separate vacations. 3 separate flight vacations. Okay? Like in 6 months. And I was working full-time in downtown Toronto. And I was going out Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. Sometimes, one time I went out every night for 2 weeks straight. Trying to find parties to go to. Literally. Okay. Yeah, so and I looked very good and I looked very young, so I didn't get that creepy shit, and it was very easy to kind of talk to people and things like that on my behalf and for me. But yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if my world goes back to that. Now at some point, you know, me being done my dead time for my world and my life to kind of get better would be very nice. But that's all I wanted to say. Doesn't matter what, like, listen, man, when I tell people, dude, who are you out there? Because when I'm out there, I can tell who you are. You're like this compared to me. That's me. This is you, man. I don't care if you're black, brown, white, whatever you are. Fuck up. It doesn't matter. But the thing is, dude, I see it, and I'll tell you right now, 99% of the people I see, it's like this. I'm above like 99% of the people that I see out there. And I'm being real with you. So if you're gonna, you know, oh, I'm gonna get him in trouble, I'm gonna get him fired, you know, that kind of shit pushes my buttons. That's all I want to say.